Today on the dirt bike track, we learned that if you're a detective and all else fails, aka you didn't try one bit, do what you should have done in the first place. Find a vigilante. My name's James.
I'm Nicole.
And this is Mostly Speaking Spider-Man. Enchanté. The French word of the day is enchanté because Emily in Paris is getting wild and crazy. It's the Rom-Complex Patreon edition. Guys, get over to the Rom-Complex, you know? That's how they introduce their shows. I'm just going to start taking intros from other people. Why not? If they're my friends. Next, I'll be saying, oh yeah, this is the Marshland Media Conglomeration Nation, fuckers. Because that's what Sean does on Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling. And then what Jose does on Death to Squids is just laugh at me. I guess laugh with me. And then on what will be our Magical Girl show, it's probably what Nicole just did. She'll just do one long burp. Man, if that's how you introed each episode, I'd be like, this is the raddest shit I've ever seen.
Oh, no.
And you, oh, wait.
I mean, you'd have to get me some,
extra fizz.
carbonated beverage.
Like maybe a wine beer. Or maybe a THC soda, because then that would work twice. But you guys haven't even heard her yet. It's the woman who protects the precious bonds between parent and child, the bricks, Nicole, darlinghomebody.com, Jakis.
That is my middle name.
Uh-huh.
Why did I think we were going to have a guest?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, that would be wild and crazy this late at night.
I think because you kept saying Mohawk Johnson.
Oh, he will be over for a separate thing. He's doing his own thing on a different day.
Okay.
And then next week, hey guys, we will have recorded on listening to this. Following this, go to patreon.com/MLM pod because this Friday that you are hearing this will be our pilot episode for Mostly Speaking Magical Girl, whatever we're going to call it. I think that's what we're calling it. MSMG, Mostly Speaking Magical Girl. Because we couldn't think of another thing. What do you workshop a title, guys? Usually I'm really good at it. But maybe I'm not as into the genre as other people.
I don't have a thumbnail drawn for it though.
Oh, well, for the pilot, it's fine. It'll still be the Mostly Speaking Sentai thing. It's fine. It's a pilot. We're still working things out. What you want questions already in the hopper? Hey guys, send us questions. I'll ask the Discord.
I don't know. I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah, because you got a lot going on. You got a lot of CD Skull orders.
My eye's been twitching the past 3 days.
And not in a good way.
Because of stress.
When does it twitch in a good way? When you get in some real good head.
Sure, yeah. Yep.
AKA someone's got one of those things on your head. You know, when you put it on a dog, they go...
A massager?
Yeah, but one of those weird massagers. Yeah. It's a bunch of metal strings going on your scalp.
And it's like, where do you even keep that?
Yeah.
You know?
Where huh?
I don't know anyone who actually owns one.
I mean, I've known people who own them, but I've never asked them where they keep it. Maybe they have a mannequin head that they just keep it on, like someone who has wigs.
I guess.
Yeah. Or maybe they just buy it for that party. They go to, what was the name of that rental place they always advertised, like AC Rentals? It was some weird thing where you could rent it was always during the big game, aka the Super Bowl, where they would say, come here and rent out a big screen TV for the big game. You could also get PlayStations. I would always ask my parents, we could rent a Dreamcast. They never went for it. Because then they say, well, then we'd have to rent the video games.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, then just buy me a Dreamcast, you cheap bitch.
And they're saying, exactly, we're not buying you a dream cat.
I'm going to say, I can't wait till I'm older and stinky and just really getting my pits in your face.
Okay.
That's a parent's worst nightmare, is a stinky teen. But also, like, a baby's stinky, you know? Except, like, the head smells good or some weird thing that makes a parent not want to eat them.
Okay.
Even though if a kid smells good, I'd want to eat them. I'd be like, yummy, yummy. Let's cook this little fucker. You're like, we've got into baby cannibalism, James. It's late, guys. It's real late for us to be recording.
It's late, I'm tired, and I'm a little stoned.
And hell is hot. That's a play on a DMX album title.
Cool.
It is cool. Those first 2 albums, really nice.
No, fuck that guy.
Well, yeah, he ends up becoming real bad on like 4th album. But 2nd album, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, he says, I got blood on my hands and there's no remorse. I got blood on my dick because I fucked the corpse. I'm a nasty person. He doesn't say person. He says a word I don't say.
Cunt.
Oh my God, he does say. He says, I'm a nasty cunt.
Charisma, uniqueness, something, and talent.
Yeah. Oh, you can't say nasty.
No, it's like a thing that they say on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Okay. I like bitch. Beauty, intelligence,
talent,
charisma.
Yeah.
Hoobastank.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
You go.
They, I think, stole their cunt acronym pretty much from detention.
I doubt it.
They have talent in there, you know? Guys, watch Detention and head over to patreon.com/MLM pod to listen to Corey and I discuss Detention on This Existed. And we've been going through the Ernest movies over there. Real fun. But speaking of movies, Nicole, we saw The Substance. And boy, oh boy, best movie of the year.
What?
Yeah, that's an easy pick.
Better than Deadpool Wolverine?
Yes. Better than Lisa Frankenstein.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's so easy. That was a movie made for me.
See, I enjoyed it and I think it was incredible, but like, it's not a movie that I'm like excited to see again.
Oh, if Zinny D, aka Tay from Speed Radio, if he hadn't said, hey, James, I need someone to record tomorrow, can you do that? And I've said the same thing to him and he's come through each time. I almost was going to see it tomorrow. Like, I want to see it again so bad. I loved it so much.
Wow.
2 thumbs up. And the 2 leads are nude most of the movie. I would say absolutely not a horny movie. And that's, I think, a high caliber. Like, it did what it was meant to do, was just to be like...
It's a horny movie.
I don't think it is. Because they do it in such a way that it's like they are just pieces of meat and it's not horny. It's just they're just nude. I don't know, guys. Nicole
I'm not talking about like that. I'm talking about like the workout stuff.
I guess, but I guess I'm still seeing it as they're displaying them as meat, and because it's so gratuitous, I'm not horned up by it. Or maybe I was just completely captivated by the movie, and I'm like, no, this is peak art. This is movie making, baby.
Yeah.
Guys, go see The Substance if it's in your area. Or wait till it comes out on streaming, but then go to AC Rentals and get like a big ass movie screen, okay?
But yeah, that being said, like, I do recommend, you should, if you're thinking about seeing it, you should see it.
Mm-hmm. Because one of my coworkers almost got me not to see it on the recommendation of a review of someone he knows, not himself. I was like, but do you trust that person? Yeah, I trust that person. You shouldn't trust that person, Stuart. I think you should just, whenever they start talking about movies, leave the room.
Damn.
If you follow them on Letterboxd, block them. Don't just unfollow. Block. Say bye-bye.
Wow.
Bye-bye.
Wow.
So, Nicole, do you have anything else to talk about your Seedy Skulls business?
I got the biggest wholesale order ever, which is part of my stress, though.
I would say it's the biggest order you've ever gotten, not just wholesale.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It was gigantic.
I don't even know. It's like maybe like 700
Yeah.
paper skulls.
Wait, it was for 700 paper skulls, but that would mean it's more than $700, right?
No,
Oh, it's not?
no.
Oh, each paper skull comes out to how much?
What do you mean?
Like each individual paper skull, how much money is that? Like 50 cents?
That I get?
Yeah.
I guess like $1.
Okay. Oh, so it's about 700. I thought it was for $700, so I was like, I don't know, that's probably like 500 paper skulls.
No, because it's wholesale.
Wholesale, okay. Holiday Inn.
And it's through fair, so I have to pay commission.
Ah, boo.
Which, like, yeah, sucks, but like
It does get you.
it's fair.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't mean like the name of the website. I mean like
FAIR.
because if you were to like hire someone, like a sales rep,
Yeah, like a Tony at Chicago
or
Comics.
whatever, or I've even talked to like a distributor before.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to sell your stuff with them, that's how much it is.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to try and get that Tony guy when Crumb Bum starts going full in effect. I'm going to say, hey, Tony, you should carry this book, fucker. When he calls to ask for a Z, I'm going to say, oh, yeah, wait, hold on. Let me sell you something.
yeah, baby.
You piece of shit.
Wow.
He's
He
like,
would
okay.
probably be like, yeah, I
All right,
respect
yeah.
you.
Hell yeah, dude. This is the same polite boy that I've been speaking to all the time, right?
Am I getting domed by a sub right now?
And yeah, you are.
Yeah.
All right, Nicole. You ready to talk about Spider-Man?
Yeah. Full disclosure, I thought there was going to be a guest so I could kind of just coast.
No, man.
I have too much shit going on, dude.
I have too much as well. Because today we're discussing episode 28 of Spider-Man, Toei style, entitled, it's very long, The Youth Detective Squad Down the Lane from the Station. Where was
What
the station?
station? We don't know.
They discuss the station, the train station, and underneath that is the fault line. So yeah, we never see the station, but it is hinted and talked about many times within the Iron Cross Army secret lair. Professor Monster is so scary.
Would have been nice to have some sort of like graphic or like visual.
There was. He had a
aid.
map. And he said, here's this station and the fault line run. That's why I was like, oh, wait, yeah, he was
guess.
talking about the station. But they should have been like, hey, man, look at the station. Or maybe that's where they were always going to, and it was next to the station where their secret base was, the three boys.
I don't know, man.
Well, quick rundown. There's three girls, and they're like, we're going to be in this detective squad. And then the boys are like, you need self-confidence. We'll get into that later. And then they get kidnapped. The girls do, of course. They have to be damsels in distress.
Misogyny.
And the boys are like, oh, I think we have to find them because it's the Iron Cross Army. And then instead of them finding them, they just ask Spider-Man for help. And Spider-Man finds them because he's the actual hero, not these, limp dick pricks. And then Spider-Man saves the day from a catfish robot. Spider-Man, Die Ranger, Car Ranger, Time Ranger, Bible Man, Los Luchadores. I think that's all of them. 5-Man. There we go.
I blacked out.
Holy shit.
Where am I?
In space.
That's not.
You want to know who's the real dominator? I always forget to mention this.
'Kay. Yeah, I love it.
The United
Please.
States or Russia, I forget which one, sent a dog up into space.
Yeah.
But they didn't. The dog didn't know how to come down. The dog's just dead up there.
Probably.
Yeah, no, but not probably. It is just dead. It can't live forever.
Why not?
There's just a dog.
Schrodinger's cat.
Maybe it went down into orbit and burnt up, but it still died of lack of oxygen or food up there.
No, it's still up there, arfing around.
Okay. Oh man, it wants to get to the moon to eat all that cheese.
Yeah.
Dogs love cheese.
They do.
He's like, there better not be pills in this damn cheese. He's just farting up a storm.
Ew.
And then Monty is on the sun going, Guys, watch that meme. Dog fart, cat barf.
Cat puke.
Okay, it should have been barf because then it kind of rhymes.
Yeah.
Nicole,
Yeah.
this episode starts out with these girls saying like, hey, when can we join your club and find your secret base? And they say, once you guys get some self-confidence. And then the girls say, self-confidence? And they say, yeah, confident that you're actually girls and not boys. And I said it on the Ernest Scared Stupid episode. This is how you bully men like this. Tell these kids they're no men. Their balls will never drop because they've already gotten their period. And boys this age will not know how to respond. They will be like, I've been made a clown of. You said that I've gotten my period. And then I told little Corey, I was like, imagine if someone's like, oh, hey, Corey, I hope you're not wearing whitey tighties right now because your period's going to ruin it. And then he's like, holy shit, yeah, that would have ruined me.
Yeah.
I'm just coming up with new ways to bully. And Corey suggested that I start a TikTok account that's kind of like a Mean Girls account where I just like give new insults back to bullies. I'm not creating, new bully shit. It's just when someone bullies you, here's how you can fight back. Like, give me something that people bullied you for, and I'll come up with a good retort.
You're emo, so you probably cut yourself. Ha 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 ha.
I guess you say this ain't a phase. This is real life, brother.
Yeah, what a good
I get like there's nothing like
what a good comeback, James. Also, that whole period thing, like,
yeah, what's up?
I had the same reaction the first time you told me that shit. Like, oh, this is a golden thing I should say.
Corey thought it was great.
And then you say it again on our podcast.
Yes, because it actually makes sense here.
Do you think I'm going to...
Well, maybe people...
now?
No, I think people who aren't on the Patreon should also hear it. It's a good comeback.
It's not.
Okay, with the emo thing, say, hey, your mom's about to be emotional when she finds out that I fucked your dad. See, that's pretty good.
Yeah. You know what's more on brand for you?
What?
Yeah, but what about when you start your... you start your period in your tighty whities.
Oh, dang. You're saying that one girl who bullied you is wearing whitey tighties?
Yeah.
And then you say, like, why are you wearing boy underwear? What are you, poor?
Get some confidence.
Yeah. Or do you need extra room for your big-ass bush? That's good. Say a lady's wearing whitey tighties solely for either their extra large labia or their voluminous bush. And then you spread that rumor around and it'll really get to them that they got a big bush or that their labia is just like real stretched.
Why?
I don't know. Because people are self-confident about those two things.
That's just mean.
Well, they were mean to you first. Fight fire with fucking nuclear warheads, okay?
I'll just tell them I'll kick their ass.
Oh, that too. Or this is the best way to bully them. Butterfly knife. Whip that out.
Yeah.
Display that. And they won't even be scared. They'll be amazed at how good you're at with just like flipping that butterfly knife around.
Retractable baton.
That too. Or like a baton, but it sounds like a lightsaber. No. So if they're like nerds, they're like, oh, whoa, that sounds like a lightsaber. Then you're like, oh, Star Wars shit? Wow.
You're about to shit on Star Wars after I stick this up your ass.
Oh, yeah. And Star Wars nerd, finally you won't be a virgin. Because me sticking this up your ass is the only way you're getting that cherry popped, fucker.
But it's just a butt. I'll still be a virgin.
Not in this day and age, honey. Any penetration counts as losing your virginity.
Yeah.
Get with the times. That's what your dad said when I was entering him last night. Because remember you were saying that her mom would be emotional after finding out.
Said, get with the time.
No, Dad was saying like, oh, I'll still be a virgin, right? It's like, okay, nah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm fucking your ass right now. Or He's like, my butt will still be a virgin. And it's like, no, dude, I'm sounding you. It's still losing it. I'm going to stretch that pee hole narrow.
You're going to stretch it narrow.
It's a line from a Money Shot song. It sounds cool when they say it. Maybe, they're going to stretch it like that way and it becomes like narrower. Like if you stretch it the long way.
Yeah.
Like choking a chicken rubber style.
No, that's jerking off.
No, that's stretching it narrow. That's what I'm constantly talking about, Nicole. I'm like, oh yeah, I stretched my pee hole narrow last night quite a bit. But I think it has to be soft to do it. Like that's going to make it go narrow. Like when you pull on Laffy Taffy and it starts to narrow out in the center.
Yeah.
That's stretching the pee hole narrow.
Uh-huh.
We got it. Self-confidence, honey. Yeah, guess what? These girls had self-confidence in themselves until you brought your misogyny here, okay? They were like, yeah, I look beautiful today. You look like a boy. And it's like, I got my period,
I
bitch.
look like a girl because I am one, so fuck you.
Then they pull out butterfly knives. And those kids shit themselves on lightsabers, I guess. So I thought this episode going into it from how I remembered it is that the boys get kidnapped and then the girls, it's already set up, hey, you girls suck, like you can't be detectives because you're girls. Then the girls get kidnapped and the boys have to become detectives, but they don't become detectives. It would have been better if the boys got kidnapped and then the girls actually solved it alongside Spider-Man.
Yeah, I thought the boys were going to get like trapped in there.
Yeah.
Fort.
Oh, that would have been even better because then it's like they're not kidnapped. Then they need to find the fort with the help of Spider-Man and they're trapped because of the earthquakes.
Yeah.
Guys, let us write this shit. And the only thing we will not change though, that robot catfish.
Speak for yourself.
No, it looked like Painbot from
it's disgusting.
Teen Titans Go.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, I feel pain.
Pain. I am pain. All I feel is pain.
That's kind of you.
Yeah.
Painbot's representation for you, dude.
For people with chronic pain.
Yeah. You're always feeling it. Inside and out. Inside your brain, that is.
Ooh, ooh. Yeah, I felt like my ADHD was just cranked on max today.
Well, you had a lot to do.
Yeah.
So you couldn't focus. So that's where the hyper comes into.
Yeah.
It goes, hey.
I had to keep reminding myself to like finish what I was doing before I went and did something else.
Yeah, and you did a good job at it.
I actually did.
Yeah, give yourself a pat on the back.
Okay.
She did it. She's doing it.
And I got a lot done today.
Is there anything you wish you had gotten done?
I mean, it would have been cool to just be done with that big order.
How close are you to it?
3/4.
Okay. 3/4.
But then I have like 4 other orders I have to do.
Yeah.
Which are smaller, but still have to do them.
But I'm here. Whatever you need, I can help.
Do the thing.
I don't know what the thing is.
Staple the guys.
Okay. You already got them all bagged?
No.
Okay. Well, I'll bag them and you can staple.
I have to go to work tomorrow.
Well, yeah, but I'll bag them. You staple.
Okay.
I'll at least bag them. If I can get to stapling, I'll get to stapling. So the girls get kidnapped, Nicole.
Oh, yeah.
And then the family is all up in arms with the rest of this small neighborhood.
Oh, wait.
What's up?
In their clubhouse, they have a gun. Do you think it's real or fake?
I didn't see the gun.
Yeah.
It's gotta be
real. It's
real.
really dark.
Yeah, I think it's real.
You think they found a real gun?
Yeah, because they're like, hey, that's a big thing for kids is like we found something in the woods.
We found this rifle.
And yeah, it's usually a gun. Or, it was a rifle gun?
Yeah.
Oh, I would think that is a former like war gun that is no longer in commission. Like it does not work. Like you can like fill this stuff with like cement or something so it can't work.
Sure.
So yeah, it's probably that. It's an inactive duty.
Yeah.
Inactive duty, not in space active duty.
I'm sorry I asked. Let's move on.
Did you never find a gun as a kid?
No.
I did once. We told people. The correct authorities. We weren't just like, hey guys, look at this gun.
That's what I thought you meant.
No. We told adults to be like, hey, there's a gun at like the high school thing. Like in not the foyer, the lawn of the high school where I used to live in Grand Rapids. But this was
At the school?
This was pre-Columbine. So it wasn't like we thought, like this was probably a person, like an adult's gun.
I don't know.
That they whoopsie poopsed.
Wow.
So they, what was mine? Yeah, the town folk are up in arms and they're talking to 3 police officers. Of course, they are the Iron Cross Army, but they just straight up pull guns out on the townsfolk and said, you saw nothing here. Those kids talking some wild shit. We're not the Iron Cross Army. Let's pull these guns. Clearly, people are starting to realize the Iron Cross Army is a thing. They're not just this secret organization anymore. But without that, like, you would just think this is Yakuza shit. Like, because people don't just have guns in Japan. It's not as prevalent. And for a police officer, 3 police officers to pull guns on just regular citizens, unseen, unless they're corrupt as hell.
Well, they didn't pull the guns until they were found out.
Yeah, by the kids. And then they're like, hey, you saw nothing here.
Yeah.
So you would be like, oh, yeah, these aren't real cops. Like, by pulling the guns, you prove that you're not real cops, is what I'm trying to say. But in America, 3 cops pull guns on a bunch of people. You'd be like, oh, yeah, this seems normal.
Okay.
That's just what I was trying to say. Is like, you blew your cover. There's no way you can play this off.
They didn't blow their cover. They got found out and then pulled out their guns.
You could have just said like, hey, these are stupid kids. They don't know what they're talking about. We'll be back to, once we find out more information. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
So then we finally see Takuya and Hitomi, right? Hitomi, yes. And they're hanging out and she's taking pictures of a cemetery. And she says, what a funky gravestone. Look at it. Born 1973, died 1974. Hella funky.
What?
Yeah, just saying it's a baby.
Okay.
She says, oh man, I smell that baby. It smells good. I'm gonna eat it.
Oh no.
It's baby cannibalism, which is fine.
They order spaghetti and coffee for 2.
That's a weird combo. Like spaghetti and coffee.
And it just has like a big piece of lettuce on it.
Coffee's only good with slightly sweet things. And it's good with breakfast food. What lunch foods is it good with?
Oh. I mean, I don't think it would be terrible with like a sandwich.
Yeah. If it's light on coffee, heavy on cream, maybe. Or like an iced coffee, that's fine. A mocha latte is good with anything.
Sure.
But just hot coffee with a little bit of creamer with spaghetti?
You say nuh-uh.
So they're in this place and all of a sudden the clock starts going wonky. Like it just starts going spinning as fast as it can. And I go, you got to stop wearing that novelty watch, which is a quote from College University where they're like, oh man, they're sitting at their graduation and they're like, it's going to take forever. And it starts like going really fast, acting as if like, oh, this is like a clock wipe. And then he's like, the next name is called as him. And he's like, oh, finally. And it's like, you're the second person to be called. You got to stop wearing that novelty watch. So, and I want a novelty watch so I can do that bit. So guys, P.O. Box, it's in the description, okay?
Oh yeah, we got one of those.
Oh, that's one of the things we got to nail down for our Magical Girl show is, hey guys, our P.O. Box email address, send us shit.
Yeah.
Send us questions, concerns. No anthrax. Unless it's a CD of Anthrax.
Nah.
But not a CD made of Anthrax. Once it gets to spinning that fast, I'm pretty sure it's just going to become powder.
Isn't anthrax powder?
Yeah. I'm saying once the CD, if you make a CD of Anthrax.
It'll fall apart.
Yeah, it'll start spinning and
Got it. Got it.
But I got one of those airtight waterproof CD players, so unless I open it up, we're good.
Good. Because I was.
You're concerned.
I was concerned.
Yeah, that listeners might be like, they suck at talking about Sailor Moon. I'm gonna send them a CD,
And then you'd be like, oh, a CD, and you put it in there.
and it's just like, oh,
But
I'm like, huh?
You play it backwards, and it goes, oh, hello.
Oh, hell yeah. So Spider-Man's like, oh, there's some weird shit going on. There's earthquakes. There's wonky clocks. Because the clock also attracts spoons and forks.
Of course.
And he dons his Spider-Man uniform.
Is what always happens during earthquakes.
Yeah. That's why the earthquake in California in like the late or the early 90s or something, Joe Barbera talked about it in his autobiography. And he said the most alarming thing, because he didn't know about this, is all his Yogi Bear memorabilia and all his gold records and Emmys and Oscars started like going magnetized onto the clock.
Yeah.
He's like, huh? This is a Hollywood living, I guess. Wouldn't change it for the world, though.
Earthquake, more like...
She's cooking, guys. She's got it.
Magnetic clock, am I right?
Okay, hell yeah. Earthquake, more like girth shake. That's when I'm 3/4 during an earthquake.
3/4.
You talked about your 3/4 done, and then I said 3/4, girl, because that's a Dragon Boy Suede song. He's 3/4. He's almost there. But not Peter Parker, Takuya is like, hey, I'm gonna start looking at shit.
His bike was like broke or something.
Yeah, because of the magneticism that earthquakes, of course, give off. And he's talking to people, but just jumps into frame to the guy who owned that spaghetti diner. And he's just like, hey, what's up, man? I know your name. Peter Parker never does that. Like, or maybe he does, but not so casually. He never just jumps into frame and says like, hey, J. Jonah Jameson, we've never met before, but I know your full name. But like, also, you would know that dude's name. He's the editor-in-chief of the Daily Bugle. The world looks to it. It was just really weird how that guy was fine with it.
He's like Santa Claus.
Oh, yeah. Santa knows everyone's name.
He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake.
Uh-huh. Or he's like Ted Danson in Cheers.
Everybody knows your name.
Whoa, you didn't peek. You have mic control, baby. I think Ted Danson was the bartender in that. I've never seen a single episode of Cheers.
I don't know.
Should I rectify that?
Rectify?
Yeah, I'm a rectifying. Go, Grease Lightning, go. Oh, I need to comment.
You remember that song that goes...
Maybe?
At the very end?
Of what?
Grease.
Oh, yeah. You can't just say at the end.
And
We weren't talking about Grease.
Into a car.
Yeah.
Yes, you brought up Grease.
When did I bring up Grease? Oh, go Grease Lightning. But when did I bring that up? That was years ago.
Oh my God.
But I didn't bring up Grease. I was just like, go Grease Lightning. That song's outside of the movie, Nicole. It was a hit on radio, on album, on LP, cassette single even. I'd make a dance remix of that song, Go Grease Lightning, and of the What's up, Nicole? Get back to that microphone.
No.
Well, you are there now. My smash main is Clean Suit Takuya.
What is?
What?
What did you just say?
My smash main, my Super Smash Bros main, my main in Smash. We would always say
I thought, okay.
is Zero Suit Samus, Well, mine's clean suit Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because Takuya's got this clean suit again. And speaking of Takuya, guys, if you're not reading Spider-Boy, he's in one of those issues. Spider-Boy's fantastic. If you like Spider-Man, like multiverse, Spider-Verse type stuff, it's very good. And I think it's issue 9 and 10 alone. Worth the price of admission. Go check out Spider-Boy. The trades are out. Volume 1 and 2.
Yeah, check out Spider-Boy or I'll do something unfortunate in the bathtub
Hell
later.
yeah. That's a big running theme on last week's episode of This Existed over on patreon.com/MLM pod.
You want to know what it is?
What?
I'm going to have Henry shit in your drain.
Oh, I got a drain cover. It'll be fine for me.
I said in it, not on it.
Oh, okay. How's that little guy going to do that?
I hold him.
Okay. Oh, yeah. He's going to allow that?
Yeah.
Damn. As someone who has had to, it's weird holding a cat when they poop. That's all I'm going to say. Because I have experienced that with Franklin. So, like, it just, like, their entire body, like, drops. Like, you know how when you, like, squeeze out a tube of toothpaste, like, all their muscles in their body are, like, squeezing down.
Cool.
It's not cool. Like, yeah, it was a bonding experience with a sick cat and myself who I loved dearly, but I don't want that. Just like, I don't want to know what Henry's boner looks like, but I do. Twice over.
Stop looking.
It's not that it's looking. It's just like I stand up and I look at him and it's there. It's at eye level because he's on he's on the back of the couch. It's not like he's on the ground just, having a boner. This is when we meet Magoo. What's
Magoo?
What's the catfish's name?
Magne.
Oh, Magne. That's not a U, it's an N. Magne catfish, and it looks like Painbot from Teen Titans Go. It's just this little robot going around, kind of like a droid in Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's real weird. We eventually see him as a full-grown robot. BEM.
His
BEM.
Shell gets electrocuted off.
Yeah, and he breaks open.
I think.
He looks better as the bot.
Yeah, it was really gross. I didn't know all robots had just wet fish inside them.
Oh, yeah. That Roomba, you better believe, it's got wet fish in there, okay?
No wonder why Henry hates it so much.
You'd think he'd love it.
Fish that have wheels?
Yeah.
No.
Because that's dinner on the go.
He says, I don't want to get domed by no fish.
No, he jumps on and he's eating as he's cruising down the street. A bunch of teens roll past him. They're not calling him the F slur. He's just eating on a fish that's driving him.
Yeah.
Just chewing into it. They're like, yo, man, you're rad. And he has a pink wig on. And they respect his ass. Guys, I think we told that story of Nicole getting called that on the Patreon. So go check that out. Patreon.com/MLMpod.
Yeah, I think it was on Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage. Yeah, boy. Nicolas Cage. Ghost Rider 2 this month over on the Patreon. Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
I pointed at you so you'd say cage.
Nicholas.
No, when I do it.
Nicholas.
Oh, no, I'm pointing again.
Nicholas.
No, Nicole.
Grease the musical.
Oh, no. Grease is a musical. You don't need to say Grease the musical. I'd like to grease this musical.
Have you seen Grease the musical? Yeah, you do.
I wish we had watched that Grease prequel series, but that was on Paramount Plus that they removed from Paramount Plus 4 months after it aired. So you can only pirate it now.
What?
Or maybe there was a screener. It's still technically pirating.
That's Weird.
But when things are out of print, guys, you got to pirate if you want to watch them. Especially if there was never physical media.
Yeah.
Unless there's a screener. Technically not physical media, but it is.
Physical media.
Yeah, the Magna catfish, much better as a bot. Most things are better as a bot. But then Spider-Man finds the girls because...
Except for chatbots.
Chatbots? Oh, yeah, you don't want those. I want them as a real human. They come up to you and say, hello, friend. How are you? Shake your hand and you're like, oh my God, such a firm handshake from a chatbot. I've learned so much from the human race. I know how to love. Oh, chatbot. Kisses your neck and you say, oh, I'm melting.
And then it says, did you know I am made of fish?
There's fish inside of you, chatbot? Okay.
Yeah.
Just squirming inside of me. I'm like those disco platform shoes that had fish inside of them. I feel so bad for those fish.
Yeah, what about when you walk?
Yeah, that's fucked up. Disco stew. People are fucked. You know, they have no concern for living creatures. It's sad. We went to a Chinese restaurant and there were 2 turtles in a tank, and it's like, that's like when I was confined to this room for a week, I started losing my mind, and then seeing clips from that documentary about that actual show where that person was stuck in a room for months.
Yeah.
Just I would lose my mind.
Yeah. So you said you've never seen Happy Feet, and I said, don't watch it. It's depressing.
Yeah.
That's basically, it's like these penguins just having a time, and then they get taken to a zoo.
That happens in Happy Feet?
Yeah.
I thought it was always just like out and about. They're having a good time.
It's really sad.
That sucks.
Yeah. They are depressed.
And that's Happy Feet, not Happy Feet 2?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That seems like something you do for Happy Feet 2, not for Happy Feet 1.
Yeah.
There's nothing happy about those feet. But then it's like, oh, they have happy feet. All the zoo people love it. So we're going to keep them there. And they're like, what? No, our inspiration for joy is making it this everlasting imprisonment occur even longer. Yeah, man, zoos suck. I don't the zoo lights are fine because you don't see any of the animals during the day or during the nighttime. So I'm fine with the zoo lights, but the zoo, it's just sad.
Yeah, I think it's a good incentive to have for saving endangered species and stuff. Or if you saved the animals from whatever. It's
a good place to keep them to then end up going back into an environment that they're natural to, but just keeping them there. And think of whales, that sucks.
Yeah.
Ugh. Truly, guys, did you hate quarantine because you were just in your home? If I were to have to stay in the apartment for a month, I'd be fine with that. But in this one room, that sucks. And that's comparative to a whale being in a tank.
Yeah, dude.
Get woke already. And then Spider-Man takes them down after finding the girls and becomes an honorary detective boy. A boy detective. And that's it.
Whoa, okay.
I'm excited for our next episode. We got a nice guest lined up coming in studio. They put out a fantastic comic book, a trade, just one, a book and a graphic novel, you could call it, called Torches of Freedom. I don't know if you can, or he'll tell you all about it next week. Or in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's who I thought we were doing the podcast with.
He will be on the 15th is when he's coming to record, and that release is on Halloween.
Ooh, ooh.
And speaking of Halloween stuff, head over to Marshland Media podcast feed. Wherever you're listening to this, you can listen to that. Yeah, we have Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling. We have Shuffling the Deck there. But also releasing in that feed is Death to Squids, which is Jose and I. We're currently going through all the Resident Evil movies, getting blitzed out stoned, watching those movies and trying to discuss them. And somehow it's the most concise podcast I do. Sometimes it gets off the rails, but then we're like, oh, we got to get back on the rails. We've been we got to get back on the third rail. We've been talking for 15 minutes about this dumb thing. I look at the clock and I'm like, Jose, that was only 3.5 minutes. I think we're good.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's what mostly Speaking Magical Girl is going to be all about. Please head over to patreon.com/MLMpod, where for $5 a month you get exclusive content every single Friday. This Friday is the pilot episode of that show. We are discussing Slayer's Book of Spells, I think is what it's subtitled in the States as, or just Slayer Specials is what it's genuinely called. You can find that online, all the places where you can find things that aren't officially ways to find things. And yeah, go over there, patreon.com/MLMpod, where for $5 a month you get exclusive content every single Friday. But $10 patrons get all of that weekly stuff, including monthly bonus exclusive content in the form of straight to Patreon. Last month we did, Sean had never seen Sleepaway Camp, and we watched it, and he loved it. It blew his mind. Oh my God, Sleepaway Camp is such a good movie. It's the pinnacle of horror. It's the pinnacle of like outsider art as well as just regional horror. It's so good. Yeah, and you get shout outs on every single free feed podcast. Let's begin with those, starting with Steve F., Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour, Alex Z, The Waz, Orion, my Bickle brother in common law, Joshua, Jake is Steve Barnes, a sweet child of time, my mother, Lil Corey's BFF and now former roommate Shane, twitch.tv/Core Winning, it's Corwin, and from the Rom Complex as well as Formulaica podcast and script writing, it's R2 Shelby 2, twitch.tv/R2 Shelby 2, and from the Speed Radio, a podcast all about Sonic the Hedgehog, it's former guest Tay, aka Zinny D. Nicole, what do you have to plug?
Listen to the Rom Complex. I'm on the episode talking about a movie called Spontaneous that came out in 2020, and it was super fun.
Mm-hmm. That episode came out last week, so it is a recent episode. Go check that out, baby. And head over to darlinghomebody.com.
Yeah.
For stickers and cute stuff.
Uh-huh.
And listen to my music under Marshland Monster. Me, as well as a bunch of other producers, remixed a bunch of the Dragon and the Monster album with Dragon Boy Suede and I that we put out earlier this year. That's coming out October 25th. So go check that out, please. And I've been James.
I'm Nicole.
And we've been Mostly Speaking Sentai. That's how we end it. We started with Spider-Man.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Oh, hello. Oh, instead of P, you're saying he.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye.
P.
This has been a Marshland Media production, produced by James McCollum. For more content, please visit MLMpod.com. To support our network and have access to exclusive podcasts, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod and sign up today. Oh, yeah.